Hi everyone, this is Karen Watson. I am addressing this to my artisan clients. Every month I give you a little something special to say thank you for your continued support and patronage. And this month I saw these Art Deco overlays and I thought, wow, this is so cool. I've got to show you guys how to use it, not just say, hey, this is really cool, take a look at it, through email. So I thought I'll do a quick recording, show you a few things that I know to do with them. If you're a part of the Pixels to Pages community, those ladies come up with some amazing things that I haven't even thought about. So I'm sure there's far more you can do with it than even I know. But this is a bundle by Jen Martakis. I'm trying to think how to pronounce her last name. And where is her name? Anyway, this particular package comes with 48 overlays. Whenever you take a look at something on the Forever website, be sure to look at the PDF, open it up. This still, because it's a full page of an overlay, it's a little hard to see what it is. So I click on the plus sign until it's big enough that I can really get a good idea of what I've got in this package before I purchase it. Generally speaking, I like to make sure I'm going to use quite a few things out of it before I buy something. I want to make sure that it's worth my while. If there's just like two tiny little elements, I'm not going to want to pay a whole lot of money for that. So I really encourage you to take a look at what's in a kit. There's her name, Jen Martakis. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but she has some very, very interesting things that she offers in the way of artwork. So let's go to Artisan. I'm going to go with just a blank page. When you load this into your artwork, it's going to be under your elements. It's not paper. So you notice here, I have it under embellishments. I bought the kit because I thought, oh, this is so cool. So let me show you a couple things you can do with it. Maybe 3 things. I don't know. We'll see where I go with this. When you hover over something, and by the way, it will default with this box right here, which will give you 2 across. Of course, you can pull this over and make it even bigger if you want. But when you click on the one solid box, that's going to make it bigger. It makes it a little bit easier to see what's in your package that you're looking at. And so I'm going to go with the very first one. If I hover over it, this drop-down menu comes up. I'm going to click Add to Page. What that does for me is it puts it smack dab in the middle of the page, centered, top, bottom, right, left. I don't have to do anything to think about it. It is an element, so or a shape. You see over here, it's listed as a shape under the Elements panel. I can make it smaller if I want. I can make it bigger if I want. If I really wanted to have something large, I want it to fill my page the way it was. I could always move it over and make it just a border if I want. So there's fun things you can do just in that regard. I'm going to click on the background under the Elements panel. And then under the Format tab here, I'm going to choose Color. And I am going to choose I don't know. How about we go with a pink? So there's a pink background. So my overlay is black. Let me click on, and naturally it comes in that way. I could leave it that way. I could go here, which changes the opacity if I wanted it just be really, really pale. And so see how that gives it just kind of a texture look. And what I'm doing is I'm creating paper, so to speak, digitally, of course, in the background. I'm going to go back to 100%. I'm going to go back to color. Now remember, I'm highlighted over here. I've clicked on the shape. So I've got and you can see the boxes. I've got the overlay chosen. I'm going to click white. Give you a completely different look. I'm going to go in deeper there, and I'm going to choose a light shadow. That gives you a little bit of a 3D look if you want. Kind of a little too gray for me. So I'm going to go back out. So you can play with the colors. I could go back into the color and choose that same pink right here. So see my recents, these are all the recent colors that I've used. So the top left is going to be the last thing I clicked on, which was the white. The next one in was the second to last thing I did, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to go back to that same pink that's my background. So now it looks like it just disappeared. That's because it's the same color on the same color. But if I click on HSB, which stands for hue, saturation and brightness. Here is my color. The brightness is as bright as it's going to get. It's at 100%. So if I go to the left, it's getting darker. So I'm going to leave it at 100%. Now I'm going to play with the saturation. So watch it change. So there I've got the same color family on this page because I started with the same color as the background. Just go back and forth, get it to the color you want it to be. When it's where you want it, you click OK. And again, I look like I have kind of a texture to the page. It's not so stark as the white or black is on this particular pink. Another thing you can do, the next one over under fill, is gradient. You can go with the very beginning area where you've got all these patterns. A lot of times I like to just click on straight and then I can play around with the direction and I can add tons of color to it if I want. So I'm going to click on this very first one and let's choose a purple. And then I'm going to move this over and then I'm going to click on it once and let's choose a blue. And then I'm going to click on it again over here. And I don't know, what else should I choose? Yellow. I'm going to do a pale yellow. Now see, nothing is happening here on the page. It still looks like I left it. If I click OK, I'm not able to go back in and just move things around. I really have to start over again. So I like to click preview on page. And that way I can see what's happening. Now I have a blue and I have a yellow, but notice there's a green there. So as it goes from one color to the next, I'm actually getting more colors than I chose. I can decide that I want that yellow in the middle and I want the blue on the other side and see how it changes. I can click it again and I can choose another color if I want. Maybe I want something a little bit more in the pink family. That might be a little bit too bright, but we'll see. Not bad, not bad. Maybe I want to genuinely put in a green. And it's a little bit wider. And you just start moving these little guys around. Whoops. Start moving them around and it moves around here. And you decide I want more or less of a color. And when you have it the way you want it, you can click OK. But I also want to show you that I can take this and I can move it. So now the direction changes. And maybe with the direction changing, I want a little bit more purple showing on the bottom left. Maybe I want a little bit more blue. You just play around with it. And you find what you like. When you're ready, you click OK, and there you go. So that's another thing you can do. And lastly, what I'll show you now is adding paper. So I have my basic shape still clicked on here, chosen, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to click on paper. I'm going to get one from an art kit. Anything you purchase from Forever is going to be listed as commercial art kit. And I already have this one chosen. This is All That Glitters bundle. I love this one because it's got some really pretty metallic looking gold paper. I'm going to choose this one because I know what it looks like. I've been playing around. Select content. And what it does is it opens the cutter or cutting mat, if you will. If you're a traditional scrapbooker, it's like your 13-inch mat that you're going to use with a cutting system. So I can make my paper smaller if I want. You don't want to make it bigger because you don't want it going off the edge because then you're not getting, you're losing part of the paper. But if this was something that had a distinct pattern on it, maybe flowers, and I wanted more of the flowers, then I might make it smaller. So I'm really making those flowers big. In this case, it's just kind of a general pattern. I'm going to click OK. And what this is doing is bringing in a real metallic look. You can see glitter in there if you look really closely. I think that is just so pretty. So, so pretty. I don't know. I'm very partial to metallic gold. There's a metallic silver that I have in another paper that might be really pretty. But I don't know, I just thought that was so, so cool. Anyway, I get excited about the little things. So there's some ideas for you. You might have some overlays that came in some kits that you've purchased. I don't know if any overlays came in with the actual program. I don't recall. Every iteration of Artisan has different art packages, so I don't necessarily know what you got when you got Artisan, but this will give you an idea of some things you can do with what you might already have. If you like this for the month of the month of June, getting ahead of myself, it's not July. For the month of June, this is my exclusive special to my Artisan customers for 1 month. It'll still be in the art store, but if you want to get a really special deal, now's the time to do it. So play around with the overlays you have. If you like this, grab it, play around with this. Show me the pages you're making. I love seeing what you guys do. But thank you for joining me. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great day.